Hello, everyone. This is Toby, the Galactic Intuitive. I wanted to bring forward a couple of reminders for you guys. One being the live workshop tomorrow evening around the theme of conflict and the reflection of our inner masculine. And in addition, as I was preparing to come on camera to talk with you guys, I was feeling into what would best serve those who will be watching to hear at this time. And that theme was coming through, that there was a sense of being bogged down energetically or feeling cornered in a way because of the conflict that has seemingly permeated so many areas of life. And so I'm going to pull a couple of cards. I haven't done this for you guys in a minute, but I'm going to pull a couple of cards to bring through some extra messages for us and support from some divine masters and from the angelics. And but ahead of that, I wanted to again remind you of the live workshop tomorrow. It's totally free to join. The link will be down below in the description. We're going to talk about conflict. And if you don't know why I'm talking about this theme and what I'm referring to, I mean, obviously you know what conflict is, but what I'm referring to is a blog that was shared last week, I believe. I posted that. So if you haven't read that blog, take a minute if this resonates with you, or if you're feeling guided to do that, to read it. I will again link or put the link to the blog in the description box so you have access to that. We're going to explore this a little bit further in this live workshop. We're going to talk about how this might show up on an individual level in your day-to-day life and in your interactions with other people and with yourself in particular. And some tools and things to help us shift our perspective when we find ourselves in that space of being of engaging with the energy of conflict, and what our reaction and how we move from that space of reactivity to response, or even a pause in recognizing that building reaction within us, and how that perspective shift really elucidates so much to us when we see the bigger picture. So we'll go into that in depth tomorrow night. Again, that's 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The link will be in the description box. If you're not available to watch the live, then be sure to check out the replay. I am also creating have created an activation to assist in making those perspective shifts in really into opening us into being able to see where those reactions are coming about, and how our experience of conflict, what that tells us about our relationship to our own inner masculine. So there will be a light language activation and a sigil that goes along with it. That will be available for purchase on my website. Within the live workshop, there will be a little bit of a discount code too, so that you're able to receive that at a discount. So keep an eye out for those. For right now, though, I hope you'll join us. It's always a lot of fun, I think, when we do these workshops, and I do my best to answer questions as well. So it's not just me talking to the camera. And although it's limited to just me speaking, you are able to throw your questions out there in the comments, and I do my best to answer those real time for you. So feel free to take advantage of that if it calls to you. And so let's pull some cards and let's see what our guides want to bring through and share with us around this theme of conflict, and around this sense of, because what I'm feeling in the collective is this sense, again, of kind of feeling cornered by it, and not physically cornered, but energetically, because there is evidence of conflict in so many directions that we may be looking, and directions we may be pointing our energy, environments in which we inhabit or frequent or visit. And so awareness of where you're running into that energy as well is really important. And so then being discerning about the necessity potentially of creating boundaries for yourself and within those situations, or no longer engaging in them. Okay, so let's see. This is what is this? I can't remember what it's called. I think it's called the Gaia Tarot. I used to use this in all my readings. So, all right, let's see what they have to say here. There we go. Oh, interesting. It's card 20. It's desire. I can get that without a reflection. There we go. Oh, that made it worse. The dragon's head in the center is really standing out to me, that fire energy. But we have all the elements represented here. And look at how the human is holding the dragon head in their hand. And so the fire energy is in their hand. Oh, this is so interesting. Yeah, so what is your desired outcome of the situation or interaction in which you experience the conflict? Because the power is in your hand. The power is in your hand. And we can choose other directions. And so I'm getting a sense of other energies, and actually I'm getting more of a sense of, what am I trying to say here? Like an archetypal energy almost, but we have the opportunity of taking action with the fire energy. We have the opportunity of greeting a challenge with this mountain goat, right? Seeing it as a challenge. We have the opportunity, with the peregrine falcon, to see the higher perspective. We have the opportunity this appears to be like a panther or jaguar's eye. Oh, no, it isn't. I'm not sure what it is, but that's the way I was seeing it to begin with. That's interesting. So I feel like this is almost, and this doesn't have to do with a jaguar spirit, but to me, I'm getting the sense that this is a bit of an avoidance, a bit of staying in the shadows and not responding, which there is a time and a place for a non-response, right? But not responding is a response. So being very aware that if you're not speaking your response, your energy is you're still projecting your energetic response out into the universe, and you're also projecting that into the situation, and you're projecting that back to yourself. So you're representing yourself and your feelings around that by that energetic response. And then there's also the lotus here. And that gives me a sense of, well, of course, the lotus grows up through the mud, right? So this feels like, it feels like a rebirth energy. So approaching it from a brand new perspective. And that might be the perspective of neutrality. That might be the perspective of, actually, this feels like a combination. Whoops, wrong one. Well, wrong one. It's backwards. The lotus feels almost like a combination of all of these energies. So bringing them all together and then responding from the place that is aligned with your desired outcome, and being very aware of what that desire is. Is it a desire to win the conflict? Is it a, I can't talk. Is it a desire to avoid the conflict? Is it a desire to be the observer of the conflict and not engage? Is it the desire to overcome it in whatever form that takes? And then using your fire energy to take action from there, aligned with the desired outcome. And not only the desired outcome, but the desire that you have for yourself. What do you want to feel in this situation? How do you want to feel after the situation? Right? Like, how you feel after your response is actually way more important than how you feel during the response, especially when we're talking about conflict, because we can get, if we're getting caught up in our emotions and reacting instead of responding. So how is it that you want to feel, and how do you want to feel later on then about how you responded, right? Not only how do you feel afterwards, but then even further down the road, when you look back upon that response, were you responding in alignment with who you are? Okay, so now we're going to take one from, let's do the Divine Masters Oracle by Kyle Gray. Oh, that tarot deck is called Dreams of Gaia Tarot. The name is sitting right in front of me. Okay, Divine Masters Oracle Gaia. Oh, that's the guidebook. It's sitting right in front of me. I don't have my glasses on, so I can't see the small print so well. So this is the Divine Masters Oracle by Kyle Gray. So we'll see which Divine Master may be supportive in, I started to say navigating the conflict, but it's not about navigating it. It's really about understanding your energy when presented with conflict, and what that is then mirroring back to you about you internally. Oh, wow. This is so interesting. This is, and I honestly don't know anything about this Divine Master, but, so we will go to the guidebook. This is Hanuman, devoted warrior. Let God's love hold you in strength. Let God's love hold you in strength. What is your devotion to? What are you, in what way are you a warrior? And are you a warrior that engages in fighting and conflict? Or are you a warrior that holds the strength through God, through the divine? All right, let's see what the guidebook says. Let's see if I can read it, because I don't have my glasses on, but we'll give it a shot. Okay. I'm gonna kind of skim through to see which part resonates. Ooh, we're about to have a thunderstorm, so if you hear thunder, Okay, it says, when you devote yourself to a vision with unwavering faith, you welcome in the support of the universe. Today, the devoted heart of Hanuman is guiding you to reflect on your strengths and talents. You are someone who gives with all your heart, but may find it hard to receive in return. And this is aligned with that blog about the the inner masculine. In fact, you give without looking for anything in return, but the universe wants you to make more time, energy, and space to be supported too. Because when you open up to the possibility of being supported and nourished, you allow yourself to be replenished, and then you have more to give. You are being honored today for your commitment to what is important to you. The universe sees you as vital to healing and expansion, but in order to keep going with your mission, let your heart be served and return. A true warrior's shield is the love of God. Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Let me show you Hanuman again. Oh, I really feel that in my heart chakra. Really feel that. Okay. Now we're going to do one from the Golden Future Oracle deck by Diana Cooper. I feel like, and the reason I selected this deck is because I feel like, well, I mean, I didn't select it on my own. My guides pointed me in this direction, but the reasoning that I was sensing when pulling this deck off of my shelf was because we're moving into new earth energies, right? And I'm going to do a video soon about New Earth and kind of not really an update on it, but I feel like there are a lot of misconceptions about New Earth. And I think it's really important for us to drop any illusions that we have about New Earth and what New Earth actually means and what New Earth actually is. Because I think that there are a lot of illusions going on out there. We're going to see, with Neptune moving into Aries, we're going to see illusions that have been perpetrated, or encouraged. We're going to see those start to be revealed and break apart. And so I think one of the big things that we'll be talking about in the spiritual realm of human existence, not that it's separate from human existence, that's actually the core thing, that our spiritual existence is New Earth is the integration of our spiritual existence with our human existence, and that is that's at its basis. So anyway, let me get back to this. We'll talk about that again in another video. But so the reason why this deck, because this deck is very much about the golden future, right? About New Earth frequencies and moving into New Earth, and I feel like we must. Well, we don't have to do anything, but if you choose to move into this next segment, as my guides often say, of the ascension journey, a big part of it is going to be an integration, this has been it all along, integration of the divine feminine and divine masculine. This next segment, there's a big focus on conflict, interestingly, with a lot of planets in Aries, which is governed by or ruled by Mars, the god of war. So Aries is the I am sign. It is full of self-confidence and is very forward facing and forward moving and can be very impulsive too. Where am I going with this? Associated again with divine masculine. So looking at our own inner conflict with our own masculine energies and how we might project them or see them reflected back in external masculine energies. And the dynamic between, not placing blame upon one or the other, but it's the dynamic between, and having the ability to then pull back and have this higher perspective, Falcon, of how we are interacting with it, as we then are able to integrate those awarenesses and then translate that into day-to-day behavior. This is another step towards living in new earth frequencies. So from this deck, we have health and healing. Tune into your divine blueprint. I can do this without getting a reflection. Oh, I'm so terrible at this. Oh my gosh, wrong way. Wrong way, Toby. Okay. You get the gist. There we go. That's better. It's such a beautiful card. I don't want it to be overshadowed by the light. There we go. Overshadowed. That's interesting. Okay. Health and healing. It's card number 14. Oh, today's the 14th. Interesting. It feels like this really began strongly unfolding with the 7-7 portal. 7 and 7 is 14. Tuning into your divine blueprint. Again, I feel like this is honoring of the divine masculine and divine feminine energies within, but going further than that, going down to the root. And actually, interestingly, so the feminine energy here, her heart chakra is lit up. She's got her, looks like probably soul star chakra lit up. But see how the human figure here, her heart chakra is really kind of aligning with the root chakra. And then we have the golden egg here too. And that feels like going back to the root of it. And that's also part of this, what we'll talk about in the workshop tomorrow, is what's at the root of your beliefs around conflict and how that's connected with your view and perspective of the masculine. And then how that informs the relationship that you have with your own inner divine masculine. And so health and healing, not only is that a physical healing, it's an energetic healing, but it's also, I think it speaks to, when we talk about physical health, it speaks to the action part of it as well. And how not only we take, and I'm getting serious ringing in my left ear, not only how we take these understandings and wisdoms that we gain through the healing process into the mental space, and how we take them into our energetic bodies, but then also into the physical cells of our bodies, but then being able to put those into action and behavior changes. And that's very much a masculine energy, the action and forward movement type energies that are associated with the masculine. And it is a very active process. So tuning into your divine blueprint. And then the other part of this is that recognizing that the answers are always within you. And it's these overlays of conditioning and traumas and wounds that create the veils that block us or make it a little bit more difficult, challenging to access the knowledge that is within all of our cells and within all of the divine blueprint within us. Because if you are here and you're listening here, within your blueprint is to experience new earth. It's a matter of which path we are going to travel to get there. And there's no right or wrong path. It's just a choice or a difference in experience. And so with experience always comes wisdom and growth and expansion. Okay, I think that's enough. I hope that was helpful for you guys. If you want me to do more of these, let me know. This was fun. I enjoyed it. And I'm sending you guys lots and lots of love. I hope that you will join us tomorrow evening, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, live here on YouTube. Again, if you're not available or you don't catch the live, look for the replay, and keep in mind that the activation that goes along to help support us in integrating the masculine and having awareness of where this reflection or what the reflection is showing us, and honoring that inner masculine, that activation will be available tomorrow as well. All right. Lots of love, you guys. I will see you very soon. Thank you for being here. Have a good day.